What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here today. Today we're back for round number 3 of the FIA Manufacturer Series here at Tokyo Expressway in the Group 4 cars. Not gonna lie, I think Slipstream is going to be the deciding factor. I learnt that very quickly after attempting this race the first 2 times. So this is our 3rd and most successful attempt, so hopefully we can have another good race, but before we get to the race we got to do qualifying, so hopefully we can have a good one, but let's find out. Alright, so we're trying to head out qualifying now. It doesn't seem to want to let us out, so this is a bit weird, but if you haven't seen the first 2 rounds, I recommend you go check those out as well. Pretty good start to the season, so hopefully we can continue that here today. But yeah, going out now for qualifying, I definitely think that this is all about Slipstream. If you don't have a tow, even in the race, I just think you're going to get left behind, or even if you're able to match someone who might be 3 seconds ahead of you or something, I don't think you'll be catching them, especially if they've got a Slipstream as well, because you don't have that health where they do. So this is all kind of a little bit awkward now. No one really wants to be the guinea pig, I guess, at the head of the queue. But as you can see, coming across the line to end our first lap now, I was able to find myself a pretty nice little spot here right behind B-Spec Bob in a, I was going to say Hyundai there, but no, in a Honda NSX. Now, I attempted this race twice before and he was in both of them, and he was pretty solid in terms of his pace as well. So as you can see, giving him a little bump draft there. Now the main reason I did that, and I didn't realise this till we get around here a little bit further, and you'll see exactly what I'm on about, is he actually lets me go. So whether we could have actually gone by there instead of giving him a bump draft, we probably could have gained an extra 2-3 tenths out of lap, but it's you know, it's whatever, it's what it is. But as you can see, there he goes, pulls over to the left hand side of the track and lets us go. So this is, well, it's good now that we do have clear track. It's a little bit more difficult for us now, especially when we get back around to the long front straight coming out of the hairpin when we go to come through the tunnel, because we're going to have no help, we're going to have no Slipstream, but really pushing the boundaries either way. We're a second up at the moment on our previous best, and if that was the way this lap finished, we would, if we didn't take pole position, it would be incredibly close. A little bit of traffic just ahead of us that we're going to try and avoid. Lamborghini, very awkward spot to be. Someone else with a penalty pulls off to the right hand side of the track. A few more people finishing, setting their lap times as well. This is going to be our last lap of the session. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. We're about 8 tenths up at the moment, so we've lost a little bit of time there. Just without Slipstream, that's all it is, and it's only going to affect us the further we go down here. So hopefully we can improve, at least maybe jump Bob would be at least what I was hoping to do. But up to the line, 207.6 is our PB, across the line for a 207.1, and we do jump B-Spec Bob, and then he actually gets pipped by PRT Pink in a Mazda Atenza as well. But just look at that for a moment. 4 tenths covering 7 cars. Like, Jesus Christ, that is some close stuff right there. But it's P7 for round 3 of the Manufacturer Series here at Tokyo Expressway, East Outer Loop. Not bad. I think we can definitely fight for a win from here. But again, I think it's going to come down to if people are willing to work together, and who is willing to work together exactly, with who as well. But yeah, I think that's everything I need to say. So without further ado, let's go see the intro and get this show on the road. Alright, so here we are, round 3 of the FIA Manufacturer Series on GT Sport. Looks like we have an Alfa Romeo on pole position, and there we are in P7 in our little 458 Group 4 Ferrari. Stock livery as well, I know at the moment. I was trying to find one that I like for it, and I just couldn't settle on one, so I thought, screw it, let's just leave it as it was when we bought it, or when it got loaned to us, whatever. I can't remember, but anyway, we're not here to talk about liveries, we're here to go racing. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. So immediately everybody trying to duck into the slipstream. We're in P7 at the moment, only about 3 seconds off the lead as well, and as you can see, that gap to the leader is just falling by the wayside at the moment, already down under 2 seconds, and this is just what it means to have slipstream at the start, and basically throughout this race, all the time. If you're the guinea pig, I guess, in the lead, you're just going to get mugged off by everybody. And as you can see, that's exactly what's happened to Captain Risky in the Alfa Romeo. He's now down in 5th. You can make that 6 as he's half spun out. He just manages to catch that Alfa Romeo. There's a Hyundai there that was in the wall as well, and just like that, that's 2 free positions up into P5 now. There is a car up ahead of us with a time penalty. I'm not sure who that is. I think it's a guy in 2nd, so that'll be interesting. He should serve his penalty once we get around to the back end of the circuit. That'll probably put him back behind us, hopefully. I think it's actually a fairly decent penalty as well. I think it might be somewhere near like 8 seconds. I don't know what he'd have that for, but anyway. But here we go, you can see he's serving his penalty now, and we should get by pretty easily, and we do. And he damn near drops out of the top 10 as we all go so wide. They're into the hairpin. We just all completely underestimated, or overestimated I should say, how much grip we'd have there in the hairpin, and we all just completely ran wide. If you rewind and have a look at the radar there as well, you see everybody was coming in so hot behind us as well. We nearly got T-boned, so we nearly collected Jono in P3, and we nearly got collected ourselves, so that could have ended really badly for probably 4 or 5 cars there, but luckily we all got away with it. In the slipstream now is Aston Martin and Jono in the Volkswagen. We're going to try and maybe make a move. No, I'll decide instead to sit in the slipstream and just try and work with these guys, because I can just see Vortex in the Jaguar up there just starting to get away a little bit, so I don't want to let him get away too much, as Knuckles in the Aston Martin goes very deep into turn 1, goes very wide. Jono sneaks under him in the Volkswagen, and we should be able to do the same, and we do. That's up into P3 now, so straight away just like that, capitalising on everybody else's mistakes, keeping it clean, and just like that, we're up inside the top 3. And considering we started P7 in literally about a lap and a quarter's worth of racing, I think that's a pretty decent start. So just trying to keep tabs with these front 2 at the moment. I don't know if Vortex is going 100% right now, because Jono is actually able to catch up to him pretty damn quick, sharp, and we haven't exactly fallen off either. And having raced these 2 a few times as well, particularly Vortex, I know when he wants to put the hammer down, he can absolutely disappear, so I was a bit surprised that he didn't just try and go straight away, but there is a little bit of tyre preservation, I think, in everybody's mind as well. Yeah, I can't get the sentences out tonight. Good lord, I'm sorry people, but anyway, anyway. Still sitting in the slipstream of these 2. Looks like Jono might be trying to make a move for the lead. Maybe no, I'm not too sure what he's doing here. As actually Vortex backs out of it there to basically gift him the lead, which is quite odd. But yeah, Jono in the Volkswagen now goes up into P1. Vortex in the Jag drops back into P2. We still maintain P3. We're just managing to pull away from everybody behind us ever so slightly, cutting off the lap 4 gap about 2.5 seconds to everybody behind. So at the moment, us 3 are really just working together. We're basically just working together, just slipstreaming off each other, just you know, bump and run along the front straight, and basically anywhere else we can manage it, just give each other a bit of a boost, and it's working well for us at the moment. We're edging away bit by bit from everybody behind us. And one thing that I noticed as well is just how powerful the Slipstream was. I didn't think it was really that powerful. But in the first two races, there were certain points where I didn't have any Slipstream and I was just losing so much time. And when I stayed with these two here in this race, the amount of time that in certain areas we would pull from everybody else behind us was really an eye-opener. But as you can see the gap, and this is only after about 4 or 5 laps of racing. And yeah, we're just really trying to work together at the moment. You can see a fair bit of battling going on behind us, and obviously those guys behind, back in fourth to basically at the back, really not willing and wanting to work together. As you can see, there is Knuckles actually in the Aston Martin. He's back down in 10th now, and the pole sitter is down in 11th. So that is quite odd to say that the guys that were running first and second at the end, at the start of the race rather, are basically now both almost out of the top 10. So that just shows what making a few little mistakes could do for you. But getting up to lap 6, we've got the gap to almost 4.5 seconds to the group behind. Vortex and Jono not really fighting too much at the moment, as you can see, still just staying in line. I'm just kind of sitting back in, not really attempting to overtake either of them. I'm quite comfortable sitting here at the moment. I'm not really having to burn as much, I'm not having to work as hard, I think, is basically what I'd say. But coming on to lap 7 now, at this point I decided, okay, I want to be the leader now, making a move on Jono, and we'll try and sneak by Vortex. And I think he actually realised that's what we wanted to do there, basically lets us go. And now we take the lead on lap 7 here at Tokyo Expressway. 5 laps to go now. Vortex still right behind us with Jono as well. And at this point I was honestly thinking, I had two options in my mind. Do I try and really push and try and break away? Or do I just still try and just save and conserve a little bit, just keep the gap to that big gaggle of cars about where it is, and then with about 2 laps to go, that's when I personally expect all the action to kick off between all of us. And as you can see, coming on to the end of lap 9, lap 10, Jono now decides that he wants to get back in the lead, and Vortex just gives him a big shove and goes clean past us. So those two back up into first and second now. But it's probably smart to actually be doing what we're doing here, because even though we're swapping positions, we're doing it on the front straight, so we're not really losing any time. So Jono defends to the inside fairly well, maintains P1 for now. Vortex still sits in P2, and we are still right under the rear wing of the Jeg, almost pushing him through the first 2 corners there. We've almost got a 5-second gap to the guys behind as well. They're getting on to lap 11 now. And now this is where I think we're going to have to try and make a move. Jono tries to make a move on Vortex. We're going to try and make a move on the pair of them. 3 wide now as we come out of the tunnel. Who's going to yield and who is going to get the lead? Jono now slots back in behind us. It's going to be between ourselves and Vortex. We have the inside line, and it looks like we get the move done. Keeping an eye on the radar though. I thought he might try the over and under there, but Vortex parks in behind us for the moment, and we retake the lead here on lap 11. 1 lap to go, and this is definitely going to be a true test of our skill here, if we can somehow try and hold these two off and win this race. But here we go, going on to the end of lap 11 now, to come to start the final lap. Vortex right behind us. Jono has just dropped off ever so slightly. I did put the hammer down on this penultimate lap to try and see if I could break away. Jono just struggled to stay with us a little bit, but Vortex was able to, and with the horsepower of that Jaguar, definitely is a bit quicker in a straight line I feel than this Ferrari. Was able to take the lead down into turn 1 now. Vortex really late on the brakes. We tried to make a move, but there was nothing we could do. Jono right behind us as well. He must have got a really good run through turn 1. He is all over the back of us right now. And once again, it is a 3-car fight for the win. It looked like momentarily it was just going to be between us and Vortex, but Jono has brought himself back into this quite quickly. And it looks like it's Jaguar, Ferrari and Volkswagen. Never thought I'd say those 3 manufacturers fighting for a win in one of the top splits, no less. But anyway, just trying to stay with Vortex. Little collision with the barrier there. All 3 of us, I think, actually ended up in the wall there. So that just shows how hard we are pushing. We are all on the ragged edge. Jono actually gives us a bit of a push there through that right-hander. And we're sticking with Vortex at the moment. Jono has dropped off a little bit now. You can't even see him on the radar. Gap's about 6/10. So we should be safe for at least P2. But I want to try and win this race. Just trying to stay with Vortex. I'm thinking about a lunge into the hairpin, but I think we might be too far back. We might be able to out-drag him to the line, but we're going to have to get very close. We're going to have to keep an eye on Jono here, because that Volkswagen is very good into the hairpin. Keeping an eye on the radar, and there he is. You can see he gets right under our rear wing, but we just managed to hold him off. And now it's just a straight-up drag to the line. We are at least going to come away with P2, but can we get Vortex on the run to the line? It's going to be close. Jono's too far back to do anything about stealing P2 away from us. But I think Vortex is just going to hang on to win this race. We're gaining on him, we're gaining. But in the end, it's just not going to be enough. So Vortex wins here at Tokyo Expressway. But for us, it's going to be P2. And from P7 on the grid, I will definitely take that. One of the best races I've ever done. It was great fun, not going to lie. Congrats to Vortex on the win. Just got moved done at the right time. And we just weren't able to get him back. But P2, great result. 265 points earned as well. So that's very, very handy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, so you can stay tuned for plenty more. I am aiming to have episode 24, I think it is. Or no, episode 23 of my F1 2019 career mode out. Maybe tomorrow, just depending. But I'll see what goes on, and if I have time to make the video and whatnot. If not, it'll probably be maybe Sunday or early next week. But yeah, time will tell. But yeah, as I said, thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for the support so much on this channel. It is greatly appreciated. I know I bang on about it an awful lot, but it does mean a lot. So thank you guys and girls for all the support in such a short time. It's unbelievable. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. As I said, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, so you can stay tuned for plenty more. And until my next video, I'll see you guys next time.